well. So if you do join me on this live stream, feel free to leave your comments, feel free to share this with others. And I do really appreciate everyone for joining me live. I went live yesterday on my other page. It was my personal page, Marianne Living Life. And it was really nice because it was kind of a Sunday and it was just random because I was doing a walk anyway. And loads of people joined me on that. And sometimes I'll go live on my TikTok, which is Mazzy407. And I think I had, the last live I did on there, I had about 500 people join me for that. So that was really nice. So today I'm talking about something which I think lots of people will be able to resonate with and relate to. And it's about energy boosters versus energy takers. Now I was going to call it energy deflators, but deflators isn't a word. I'm just, as I was putting it in, they were saying it's not a word. But yeah, something that deflates your energy or takes away from your energy, and something that boosts your energy and gives you energy. Thanks for joining, whoever's joining. I can't see who's on the live sometimes, but yeah, thanks for joining. So yeah, this is just going to be simple and getting straight to the point, really. And the fact is that our energy is something we are in control of. We're not in control of a lot of things, especially at the moment. And so people are probably going to spend more time sometimes focusing on things that they're not in control of or they've got no control over. Whereas your energy, you can take control of that. You can take things, you can do things that will either decrease that or boost that. So let's look at some energy boosters first of all. And there's a few different things on here that you probably have heard of before and people have said to you or you've thought about yourself, but maybe it's just not something you've put in place. So the first one is about getting out and about. Now, this is something people like counsellors especially, but lots of people keep saying. And then there's this whole debate, and it's not even a debate because personally, I'm never going to tell someone, forcibly or like keep going on to them about the importance of getting outdoors and nature and all of this stuff. I'm not someone that goes on hikes or lives in the countryside or anything like that. I can only tell people or suggest to people the benefits and the energy boost that you get when you go outdoors. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to go to, do a 3-hour walk in the forest. I mean, it could just be you get outdoors and you walk down to your local shops. Because I'm doing a 5K a day challenge next month, and you can find out all the information about that all across my social media. I've been talking about it. Hi, Mustafa. Then I just know that when I go for a walk, even if it's just down to the shop, hi Jaden, or mainly if I'm going like for a proper walk where I'm walking around the park or walking around certain locations, it does boost your energy. So I think it's because even yesterday, because it was raining yesterday, like it wasn't that cold though, it was just raining, and luckily I had an umbrella so I didn't really get wet, but even if I did, it wouldn't matter. I think it is just that feeling of can I pin? I don't know how to do that. I don't even know how to do that. So thanks, Mustafa. So I think it's just when you spend lots of time indoors, which is going to be the other thing, which is what, in fact, I'll talk about them together, like the boosting and decreasing your energy. Because you're in a space where even if your window's open, it's not the same. It's not the same thing. It's still better than being in a space where there is little light, because lighting is another one. So I'm going to combine all of these things together. I'm not going to just spend too long on. If you have bad lighting, so for an example, where I live in this apartment, across the road is a big building which is blocking out a lot of the light most of the time. I've got my ring light on a lot of the time. I've got it on there. Even with my blinds open, my ring light's on and all the lights on, it's still not the same level of light. If you go, like when I was staying on this short break, I was in the countryside, I didn't have to put the lights on at all. The windows were so big, but also there was a massive field in front, so that's not blocking the light. I could see the sunset and everything, and the lighting, and it just made a big difference to your energy, it does. So when you can actually go for walks as well, if you combine your lighting, so you need to consider that as well. All the people, like if I go to my sister's or if I go to certain people's houses, their blinds are drawn, and their blinds are probably drawn because they don't want other people seeing in. But this is what I feel, because even though I'm on a street where people walk past, if I close my blinds, then I'm blocking the light out for me. It's not to do with other people looking in, because I don't really care what they're doing. It's me that is going to be sat in the dark. So what you need to take account of is energy does come from light. So if you've got this bright light that's coming in, natural light is best, but if you haven't got natural light, you can do an experiment. Your experiment would be spend 2 days where you've closed your blinds and you're sat without any lights on, apart from maybe your TV or whatever it is, and see how you feel, and then do the opposite, put all your lights on. That's going to cost you a lot of electric. Open your blinds and see the difference, because it does make a big difference. And that's the same as getting out and about. Spend a week indoors, and as comfortable as you might feel, spending time indoors. And it's not saying that you have to get out every day, but me personally, if I lived somewhere where, like in the Lake District, I'm going to the Lake District this year before the end of the year, or Melbourne Hills, because I've been up there as well, where you're walking around, and those people that are getting out every day, hi Arash, you do feel different. Your energy is different. You just there's not even any debate about it. There's so many theories, there's so many experiments that have been done, there's so much research on it. It's just, yeah. So that's the first one, is the energy deflator is going to be when you just sat down all the time, when you're indoors all the time, and especially if you're indoors and you're on your own all the time. There's nothing to compare between the energy boost that you're going to get from getting out and about. Even if you only interact with people, sometimes I'll go down to the cake shop. I mean, I try not to too much, because to be fair, the cake I like in there, which is a carrot cake, it's £5 for one slice. And the other day I was going to have hot chocolate, and then that was £4. I thought, I'm not spending £9. I have done a few times. I've gone into that shop and I've spent £11 in one go. But what I like about that coffee shop, because I go in there a lot, is how nice and friendly like the staff are in there, because they know me already, because I always get the same thing. It literally would be the carrot cakes, the only thing I get, probably fruit, and it would be coffee or hot chocolate. But even just to interact with them, someone who knows your face because they see you all the time, and just how like friendly they are and that sort of thing. Even if you did that every day, you went down to your local shop where you know the people, or you walked somewhere through a park where, hi, I'm Rahela, if you go to the same park and you see the same people there, or if you just interact with your local, shopkeepers. It's things like that which will boost your energy, and it's kind of also gets you out of your comfort zone as well. So that's one thing. The second thing, which takes your energy away, is having a negative mindset, being around people who complain all the time, being around people who are pessimistic, and it's easier to be negative and pessimistic than it is to be positive. Actually, people would think it's the other way around, but it's not. It's easier because the majority of people are probably going to be in the negative mindset or in the middle somewhere. Positive people with a positive mindset or optimistic mindset are usually frowned upon in certain societies, because it's kind of like, you're not in reality, or why are you not talking about political stuff? Why are you not, walking around miserable like everyone else? Why are you not talking about negative things? Well, that's because you're making a choice. Because all it's doing is taking your energy away, especially if you go on social media, which is another one. Spending too much time on social media or watching the news too much, and then not having anything to balance that out with, is definitely going to affect your mood. It's definitely going to take your energy. Now, the thing you have to think about, because this is where it's all coming from really, is if your energy is being taken on all of those things which I'm talking about, how are you going to be focused on the things you need to be focused on? If you're doing all the things that detract or diminish your energy, so you're spending lots of time indoors, you're spending lots of time on social media, especially on negative things, you're watching the news, which is just telling you all negative things, you're complaining and moaning about everything, you've got a negative mindset. If you're doing all of that and you just focus on those things, where's your energy going to come from to do all the good things that you're supposed to be doing, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, which can boost your energy, but also it's about how productive you're going to be as a person. You're not going to be very productive because you're just going to have less energy, but also you're going to be more worried, more anxious, more distrusting of people. To me, when I'm walking down the street and I'm just interacting with people randomly, it's really not, even if someone comes up to you and just says, oh, where'd you get your outfit from? Or, oh, I really like your hair. Or even just something silly like in the cashier the other day, I've got 3 different cards that I use. So I've got my debit card, I've got a savings account card and another one. And sometimes, because when I want to be really strict, I will only put a certain amount of money on one of my cards, and then I'll carry cash as well. But it's because I spend too much money generally. If I go out the house, I spend too much money all the time. So the other day, I was saying to the guy, when it gets to this amount, that's the amount I'm going to spend. And then I was like, yeah, this is the cash I've got, whatever it is. And I was just confusing him. This cashier was like, what? What's going on? What's going on? I said, let me make it simple. Look, just this is what I'm spending on my card. This is the card I've got. And this is what I'm going cash. And it took about 3 minutes for him to get it, because he was kind of like, what's going on here? I don't understand. But in that interaction and the time it's taken me to explain, I wasn't getting frustrated with him. We had like a normal interaction, and then we did that, and then I explained to him like my system, which is that I come in there all the time, literally, because I was in there a few days before. I spent about £16, and that might not seem like a lot, but if you're spending 20, 15, £16, £30 every single day you leave the house, then that can add up to a lot. So the point is with all of that is just get out, interact with people, stop being fearful of people, and that is something which boosts your energy instead of decreases your energy. So the next thing is food. So everyone knows that they could probably improve their eating habits. I know that I could. I'm terrible when it comes to like cakes, ice cream. What else is my worst things are biscuits, cakes, ice cream. I've tried to limit some of those things or to choose better options. But what I try to do then, if I can't do that, is I try to balance that out by some of the foods that I'm then eating. So I'll switch skimmed milk for like almond milk. Sometimes I'll have days where I don't have any meat on food. Like I might have just vegetarian meals. I'll always try and add veg to everything or salads to things. It does increase your energy, especially with the drinks as well. What I've noticed is with kombucha or with I rarely drink fizzy drinks anyway. It's usually juice, water, cordial. I'll have smoothies quite a lot. There's quite a lot of meal replacement food drinks as well, where they've got, I love the like Huel, it's called Huel, Huel. That has got 26 vitamins in that, so I'll sometimes have that, but that is expensive. It's kind of like £4. Sometimes you'll pay up to £4.50 for that. So food is important. Eating the right foods. So that's something as well that kind of increases your energy versus bad foods. Getting enough sleep. So that's important. Even if your sleep pattern isn't, when people just do a set, you've got to sleep for 8 hours and that's it. For some people, they're not ever going to get the 8 hours sleep. I don't know if I'll get fully, I wouldn't even be able to tell you if I get 8 hours sleep. I probably don't. Probably get an average of 5 to 6 hours, maybe more, sometimes 7 hours if I get up like later than I normally would. It's more important of the quality of sleep to me. Even if I get 4 or 5 good hours, I mean, when I've been abroad on holiday or when I've been on a short break, because I've stayed up later than normal, and because depending on the how comfortable the beds are, I probably don't get as much sleep as I would, but I still get a quality level of sleep. So it's to do with really recognising for yourself what is important for you. How much sleep do you need? Do you need to get up at a certain time, or can you stretch it and rest a bit more? That will really affect your energy levels, because if you can't function throughout the day because you're so tired, then you're not going to have a productive day. So everything that I do, all these things to do with energy for me are to do with whether I'm going to have a productive day. Now, a productive day might be that I don't have loads of clients, even though that's really important because I have to be there for clients who have paid money to have sessions with me. It's not their problem if you didn't get enough sleep. It's not their problem if you haven't gone for your walk today or if you haven't eaten properly. That's nothing to do with them. But the biggest thing for me is I can't have a wasted day. The idea of wasting a day, meaning that you're not only to do with your clients, but you just haven't got anything done, it's just not an option. It's not an option for me, because every day that you waste, where you're not doing something that you could be doing or you're not being productive, you can't get that day back. So what's the point? So for me, I'd rather do some of these things which will boost my energy so that I'm in a position where I can have a productive day. Productive days are more important to me than anything else. You know, so if I was to like be like really tired and then I had to spend the day just resting and say I was so tired that I couldn't do any client work, that would be a wasted day to me. You know, even when I was sick, I've been sick when I had to take that time off, and that's because I had to. And the worst part about it is I still tried to push through, but I was in so much pain that I couldn't. I saw that as being, I still had to reflect and say it's my fault, because the reason I got sick was because of the foods I was eating. Just I was pushing myself too much, and then I had to step back and put a new system in place. But I'm never going to get that time back. I'm never going to get that money back that I lost through not having clients. I'm never going to be able to recoup that. So to me, that is something that I don't want to repeat. So that's why putting these things in place, the energy boosters, are important. So here are some of the energy boosters, because I've looked a little bit at the, energy takers. It's prioritising your self-care. Self-care means different things to different people. You know, on my birthday, I went for a facial. I got my nails done. What else did I have done? Nails, facial. I think I got my hair done for my birthday. I went out for meals. I did all of that stuff. Hi, I'm Kai. Hi, Imran. So I did all of that stuff. Thanks, Imran. It doesn't mean I'm going to do that every weekend. Do you know what I mean? I'm personally, self-care to me means that I take care of myself every single day, but self-care doesn't have to mean spending money on yourself. Self-care doesn't have to be treating yourself. You know, hi, Lymph and Lily. So it's, even though it will give you an energy boost, sometimes you have to think, can you do some of these things yourself? There's times where I'll sit and I'll take my time to do my nails. I'll put on like a face mask. I'll relax a little bit, but I don't treat that as being something that I'm going to do on a regular basis. Do you? Okay, so on a regular basis. So the other thing as well that gives you an energy boost is planning your future or thinking about things to look forward to. So that is setting goals. That is planning, putting things in your diary. It probably gives you a lot of energy because you might be not feeling in the best place right now. You might be thinking, especially at this time of year where it's in between Christmas, you've got the weather changes, it's a bit dark, it's a bit dull. So for a lot of people, their energy is low. So you've put yesterday, right? Okay. Oh, who's this? Oh, I think so. I don't know who someone's talking to. If you, Lily, I don't know if you're talking to me or someone else, but yeah, I'm not a good mum because I'm not a mum. But you might be talking to someone else on the link. So it's all about really planning something to look forward to. Having plans is one of the biggest things that can kind of motivate you but give you energy. So for me, when I'm writing all these lists about, I've got plans between now and, I've literally made a list yesterday, which was September, October, November. So that there's stuff that I've got to cross off that list there. I'm doing the 5K a day for Calm. It's my friends, it's my niece's birthday this month, then it's my other niece's birthday next month. Then there's loads of different things. Now, having those things in your diary means you've got something to look forward to. You've got, the weather is not good. People always think about summer in the winter because obviously we want to go to that. But then when it's summertime, Lily, people then complain that it's too hot. The point is you can't control the weather or change it, so you just have to embrace it. I personally like the rain. I don't mind when it's raining. I don't like, in fact, it's just wind, and when it's really windy and really cold, because that's sort of walking around in that when the wind is hitting your face and when it's really freezing cold. That's the only weather that I don't like. Rain I'm fine with. If you've got an umbrella, it's fine. Summer everyone loves, but we can't have summer all year round. You can in some countries, but not in the UK. So you just have to adapt to the weather. So it's about putting things in your diary to look forward to. The other thing as well that can boost your energy is being around the right people. If you're around the right people, then it can just feel like being around someone who you care about or who is the right person for 5 minutes versus being around people who, you know, irritate you for like 2 seconds is a massive difference. To me, if I go out for a meal or just go like and spend time with certain people, or, you know, I'm just around certain people, it just can boost your energy because they're just on the same wavelength as you. You know, they just get you. Do you know what I mean? Even if it's sometimes a chat, like I've got a few friends where even when we're just on our WhatsApp, just having a chat, I'm just like, yeah, this conversation just feels easy. Yeah, this person gets me. We understand each other. We're on the same page. We've got the same values. We think the same. So it's just nice when you're around like certain people who boost your energy versus the opposite, which is being around people who drag your energy down. So the final thing really that can boost your energy is to give back. Do something which is volunteer for someone. Do something to help someone out, because it helps you because you feel good. You're not doing it intentionally to make yourself look good, because it's not about that. It's more about making yourself feel good, but also helping the other people. So doing the 5K a day, which I'm going to be doing next month, that came about because how did I even find out? Yeah, on Facebook, you'll see all of these charities all the time. You've got Refuge, Women's Aid, Mind, what else have I seen? Something mental health, Glow for mental health. There's about 20 of them. They keep popping up all the time. And I was thinking, oh, that one looks interesting. Oh, I might do that one. I might do that one. But when I saw Calm, Campaign Against Living Miserably, I just resonated with what they're trying to do. And I just thought, yeah, you know, I'll sign up to this, signed up for it. And I think it's just the fact that you're doing something for another person. You've got that, you can put the enthusiasm and the motivation into, you know, this 5K a day. I don't really walk. In fact, I'm not going to say I don't walk a lot, because I do. Yesterday when I walked around for like, it was a good hour. I didn't feel, I felt like I could probably walk again for another like few hours. Yeah, walking's fine. I couldn't run it. There's certain people are going to be running the 5K every day. I couldn't do that for a whole month. But I can walk. I mean, who can't walk for 3 miles every day? It's not hard. This is the thing. So find out the thing that you can do to help like other people. Then it sort of doesn't make it about you. Then it makes it about other people. It gives you a purpose. It gives you intention. It gives you something to put all of your energy into. So all I would say to people really is energy is something you have to manage every single day. Some days you've got more energy than others. Some days you're not feeling your best. Some days you're feeling brilliant. Your vibration is high. I personally have, most days I'm just in the middle. Some days my energy is really high. I've got high vibration. I don't really have low days. I just feel that like because of the amount of work I do not to get to that point, I don't really have low days. So all you can do really is keep a track of where your energy's at, review it, put some of these things in place and see what happens. And that's all there is to it. And the main thing is to be, you know, censor some of these things, censor some of the social media that you're engaging with, censor some of the like news and the media stuff, censor some of the people around you if they are just giving you bad energy all the time. You're in control of it, so you can do something about it. So thank Lily, you've put about the weather and stuff, and you've put other things on here. So thank you, Lymph, Jaden, Lily, everyone that joined on this live stream, really appreciate it. And anyone that watches on the replay, feel free to leave your comments. And if you do want to donate to the Calm Campaign Against Living Miserably 5K a day, you can go to my Facebook page. I'll put the details in here. It's pinned at the top of my Facebook page. So if you want to donate £2, £3, £5, I'm trying to aim for £120. I've got, I think, £40 so far. So yeah, I'm getting there, and I've got through the whole of October to raise the rest. So thanks for watching, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you soon. Bye.